Aquarius, welcome into a general weekly reading for you. I hope you're doing well. But we're beginning with a magical card, the Magician. It feels like a time where you are manifesting left and right, whether you want to admit that, give credit to that or not. But it does feel like you do things throughout the week quite strategically, at times without even meaning to go about it in that manner or succeed so easily. And I feel like you're very guided throughout it all by spirit, by your intuition. Feeling like things are feeling different for you. And this reminds me of several readings dating back. But of course, being drawn to this reading, it's for you in one way, if not multiple ways. And it could be the whole reading, of course. But I feel like there's a focus on symbols, tattoos for some, creativity is coming into play. I feel like you're bright throughout the week energy-wise, feeling brighter, maybe more alive and just on point. It does feel like people like what you're bringing to the table, whether it's more in person, it could be with that job, your business, it could be social media otherwise. It could be in regards to you trying to gain an opportunity or maybe wrap something up of importance. But I do sense that you're being pushed to think about the options at hand when it comes to a new investment. It could be a new soulmate of importance. It could be in regards to something to jump into opportunity-wise in a different sense. But as well, I feel like in the midst of a lot on your plate, or at least feeling like it's a lot at certain points or in general, you're going to feel like prioritizing comes to you quite easily. But I feel like you're going to be reminded of a snake in your midst. There is going to be a highlight as well and a slight negative note on when you overspoke, right? Or spoke at the wrong time. Maybe even threw someone under the bus for a select few, or just said something negative about somebody. Like for me, for example, I'm quite often spoken through by spirit, and I know my spirituality is gradually taking an increase in support in, less messing with. But I feel like that might be the case for you, right? It doesn't have to be, but I do sense that you are going to find that takes a highlight for one, if not multiple reasons. Anyways, but the King of Swords in the Four of Cups, in a very strong, bold, and knowledgeable way, you're finding it come to be, the avoiding and the associating of several things throughout the week. Shall we go about that message again, because it didn't come out correctly? In a very wise and strong way, I feel like you are avoiding people, places, situations, occurrences, and I want to say specifically conversations, maybe even accomplishments, as you're meant to. Partially because of spirit, partially because of your intuition in utilizing what you've been through. Again, that could be pertaining to what we just spoke upon with the, speaking negatively or out of place. But either way, I feel like there is, this is nicely assisting with you being in the right place at the right time, if I could spit it out, associating with that person, place, situation, or occurrence, accomplishment, once again, that you're meant to, more so, or in general. Energy is part of your week, not only yours being something that's desirable, bright, once again, and creative, colorful, if you will, but other people's, right? You're noticing that energy is affecting you more at this point, or it could be affecting you just differently. You might find that somebody's energy is just not the same as it used to be, for the better and or for the worse. I mean, it does feel like, in general, the collective, if we zoom out, further out than just Aquarius, people in general, souls are changing. We're all going through different changes individually. So naturally, you will start to see and feel, maybe even notice energy shifting, changing, and maybe even noticing how things affect other people. This might help you with what you've been going through or are. It may as well confirm and remind you that you're not alone, right? We all go through BS. It does remind me of me moving here to California, or moving back here, and me being so spiritually connected and affected by energy. A lot of people here are as well, and so it not only reminds me why I made the shift back here, even though it hasn't been the easiest, but it does remind me that I'm not the only person that deals with that kind of stuff. So apply it to your situation. It obviously doesn't have to be one or both of those things, affecting you or what you go through. But it does feel like the week highlights it. Okay. You need to feel less alone is what I'm getting. But the Ace of Pentacles, there's also a focus on attention. It's like, yes, you need to at times feel less alone, even though you choose to be alone a lot for the majority of times of the reading, or it just feels like it's, meant to be, or it just is going to be. But attention, it comes in different forms, right? At times in the wrong moment or two, or just even in the right moment, but it's the wrong energy. And so there's a highlighting of the attention you're receiving for the better and or for the worse, the positive and or the negative. And people can bring both to the table, and you know that. But the Ace of Pentacles, because I feel like it's a week of new money. It's a week of people gifting you, all right? Again, attention being part of it, but money may be as well part of that gifting. Opportunity could be part of that. Let's just label it as abundance to be quite general. But look at this. It does feel like there is a stressful situation. It feels like work for a lot. It could be, where you're running your business, or maybe your connection of importance. This is leaving you with abundance overflowing and even feeling appreciated throughout it all. But I do sense there are little moments of frustration, as you just saw me kind of get a little bit irritated when I was messed with, and I feel like you will overcome and surpass that quite easily. But make sure that if you do find that coming to be at certain points or one particular point, learn from it, all right? Learn from it, especially if it's something that has previously affected you in a negative sense. May push you to make a change or two, or remind you of one for the near future. Look at this. Again, that kind of a loner vibe coming through, even when you're surrounded by people, being, given attention, being noticed, for some of which is a focus on you being quite to yourself in your personal life, for life in general, but then online you're very in the spotlight. But I do feel as if there are moments throughout the week where you are putting in that vibrant effort towards more success, but then there's watering of importance that doesn't feel enjoyable, right? So applied as you may, it feels like you're going through at certain points the mundane tasks, but how can we make those feel less mundane? How can you enjoy yourself more? Maybe you need to adjust your perspective, your energy in that moment, or just maybe delay it if need be. But I do feel as if you look at this imagery, in the midst of what feels like you waiting for a lot in your life to come to be, to transpire, to manifest, even once again, going back to the Magician, there's going to be a focus at this specific time at certain points on what you turned your back on. Is it a person, people, place, or places, a situation or two, if not several, some of which it was turning your back on your old life as a whole. And they're supporting this, meaning spirit, your guides, and other random ones, to remind you or maybe inform you in different ways or in general that that was not incorrectly taken place. It was the right choice. That's the wording that needs to come through. Is with that being said and struggled with in those messages, I feel there's going to as well be parts of your week where Spirit's saying, where are you overcomplicating things? Where is other people in your life, or one person in particular, or that situation overcomplicating things? This could really help you adjust and adapt, even maybe more so, or avoid strategically. However that's going to come through, look and be experienced for you individually. But look at this imagery. Two very peaceful pictures that we have here, where I feel like it's a week where you're naturally, organically being seen at and perceived, and even feeling very one with a nice mixture of your masculine and feminine energy. It does feel like a week where you are glowing, okay? You're radiating and you're attracting in, I feel like, more than you need at this time, but it's all about how you manage that abundance that you're attracting in. Again, energy is taking a focus as something that does affect you, whether, again, you want to give that credit to why you're feeling that, or maybe struggling in the moment or not. But If you also look at these two images as someone left the building and their energy struggles at times. Anyways, I do feel as if you are pushed to close your eyes at certain points throughout this week, even surrounding it within that energy period, because maybe you don't go to sleep early enough, or you wake up in the middle of the night and then you choose to distract yourself or get busy online or something of the sort. We need you to get back to sleep regardless of why you ended up waking up or stayed up. But as well, it could be in the midst of your day-to-day life, and spirit pushing you to close your eyes, imagine the best, and manifest even more of what you deserve, maybe even to gain a spiritual vision. This is going to be a beautiful week for you, Aquarius. Go out there, enjoy it.